Now, this had to be the best NBA trade deadline in history of the NBA. Just so many great moves, so many things happen. Some teams were some big losers, some teams were some big winners. Let's break it down. Let's start off with the biggest winners, the Miami Heat. Now, getting rid of Jimmy Butler, you had zero leverage in this Jimmy Butler trade. It seemed like you were not going to get shit back for him in return. Trades were looking bad. It was getting to the point where Jimmy Butler was telling teams, oh, I'm not going there. You had, like I said, you had zero leverage. But to get Andrew Wiggins, Kyle Anderson, Davion Mitchell too, it was a 16 trade. And a first-round pick in the deal as well. Sending, Jimmy Butler to some place, it worked out for him. Usually works out for Jimmy Butler when he does all these antics and stuff. But Andrew Wiggins, a younger Jimmy Butler. Obviously, he doesn't have, the superstar pedigree Jimmy Butler has. But this is a guy that's a quality rotational player. Third or fourth best player on the team. I mean, big reason why the Warriors won their championship. Really good athletic defender. Really good wing. Like one of the best wings in the game. 17.6 points per game this season. 37% he's shooting from three. Having a better year than Jimmy Butler this year. He's been a really reliable player on a championship team. And, Minnesota, he was a 20 points per game scorer. Went to Golden State. Elevated his play in a different level, not scoring, but just being that reliable piece to a championship team. He can come to Miami, perfect fit for Heat culture. He can step in and elevate his game to another level. And he's not going to take the ball out of Tyler Hero and Bam's hands. He's going to play alongside them really well. Very complimentary player to fit their game. And he's going to have more freedom in Miami too. Steph Curry draws a lot of attention. Steph Curry needs the ball in his hands a lot. He's going to have an opportunity to maybe be a 20 points per game scorer again. But he fits in very well in Miami. Just is going to improve them defensively. It's going to give him more of a scoring punch. And yeah, he's going to be Jimmy Butler without the antics for them. Jimmy Butler this season, 17 points per game. Not his best season, a very down year for him. But the replacement for Jimmy is perfect. Andrew Wiggins, 30 years old, 29 years old right now, but he's going to turn 30 February 26th. So really like the fit with Andrew Wiggins in the mix. Spo is going to cook with him, and I'm excited to see what Andrew Wiggins could provide this young Heat team that's still looking to compete, still looking to do some things. They're the 6th seed in the East right now, and I think this is a dangerous team for Milwaukee Bucks. For the Cavs or like these younger teams, for those top teams in the East, like it's not going to be easy. This is not a sweep. This is a team that's going to challenge you. This is going to be a tough out. And Miami, like the Lakers, they always pivot. They always replenish. They always, there's a couple down years, but they get back up. LeBron James, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade. Then you had Dragic, Wade, still a very competitive team. After that, Jimmy Butler came into the mix and they, went on their finals runs, Eastern Conference Finals every year. So Andrew Wiggins is not going to make them a championship team, but they're still going to be a really competitive team. And they're putting themselves in position to get that next star. Like a Kevin Durant. He could come in and fit perfectly with this team and be the star they need to take them over the hump. I mean, you have all the pieces in place. You have the rotational players. You have the young pieces to acquire a Kevin Durant and make it work. In Miami, this is a very good market. This is a place people want to play. The taxes, like place that stars want to go. So they're positioning themselves pretty well for the next star. But right now, this will be a tough out team. I really like the development with these players on this team. Jaime Jaquez, he's getting back healthy. I'm sure he'll continue to develop. Nikola Jovic is going to get better and better. He's had some good performances this season. Khalil Ware has been a great insert into the starting lineup. One of the best rookies in the NBA. Can shoot threes at a high level. Can be a rim protector. He's going to be a really good big in this league. Next to Bam too. And Bam's ramping up. Double machine. He'll get back to that high scoring production. And Scary Terry off the bench. He can give you 20 points off the bench. Tyler Hero has ascended to all-star, 24 points per game, and he could facilitate and play make now. He's added that into his bag. So the Heat, this team could be really scary. And with the addition of a guy like Kyle Anderson, slow-mo, really intelligent defender. Big reason why the Timberwolves had success in the playoffs. And yeah, like I said, he's a very versatile defender. He's slow as shit, but like I said, he plays the game really smart. Very elite rotational player. So that was a really good addition. It's going to improve this team defensively. And Davion Mitchell, a dog defensively. Like, this is one of the better defensive guards in the league. Smaller defender, but he's known for locking up. really solid defender, really great defender. So really good backup point guard. So Miami, you could say they won this trade. They did their thing. They did exactly what they were supposed to do with this Jimmy Butler trade. They over exceeded what they were supposed to do with this Jimmy Butler trade. So I really like the return they got, and this is a team to watch out for the playoffs to potentially make it to the second round, and take a New York Knicks, take a Cavs to a 7-game series. Who knows? Now the Wizards, this is another team, like, I wish the Bulls took this approach. They did some really good things at the deadline, and this is a team that's taking chances. You know, they had a lot of first-round picks in the last draft. They took chances on players. Bilal had a triple-double the other night. He's still progressing. He's still developing as a player. They play their young players every night. They give them good minutes. They start them, too. They're not holding on to these old, aging veterans. Jordan Poole is finally having a really good season. He's getting back to the Jordan Poole we know. Jordan Poole dropped 45 points last night, so he's been really good this season. He's only 25 years old, so he could still be a piece for the future. They got rid of Kyle Kuzma, who's been playing bad all year. Stinked up the joint in his debut with the Bucks. Jonas Valanciunas, Marvin Bagley, Jared Butler, Johnny Davis, and Patrick Baldwin. They got rid of a lot of players, but they got a lot in return. Chris Middleton, pretty good veteran to have. A guy that's been a key piece for championship basketball. Key reason why the Bucks won their championship, has been in places where things haven't been so great with Detroit. He's worked from the ground up in some organizations he's played for, so a good veteran to have. He'll help mentor some of these young players on the Wizards. I don't think they're going to buy him out. They look like they're going to keep him. Marcus Smart, they look like they're going to keep him too. Good locker room guys to have. Good veterans to have. AJ Johnson, they took a chance on him. This is a guy that has good potential. Very much a development prospect. First round pick in the 2024 draft, so development there. Give him reps. Really wasn't seeing too much time in Milwaukee, so there are some good traits in his game. I think this could be a good pickup for the Wizards. They got Kobe Jones from the Kings too, another good young player that could benefit from getting more minutes and more reps. Alex Len, think they're going to move on from him, but 25 first round pick, 26 first round pick, a 28 swap, and 2 seconds. So they came out of this trade deadline with more picks, more assets, more young players to get reps. So I think they did a great job this trade deadline. They were one of the biggest winners. And I wish the Chicago Bulls took this approach instead of keeping 6 point guards and Vooch, but we can't always get what we want. Some people thought the NFC North was going to be the worst division in football this season. They thought it was going to be as bad as the NFC South.